Viratathal angle of Lord Shiva.
Thirukadavur, which is now called as Thirukadaiyur, has situated in the taluk of Mayiladuthurai, within the district of Nagapattinam, of Tamil Nadu. We could reach here by bus from Sirkuli, Mayiladuthurai, and Parayaru. This stala has been known for its spontaneous flow of mercy of Lord Shiva towards Markandeyar, not only, but also, for the rage towards Yama, who is said to be the god of death, while redeem his devotee Markandeyar from the entrance of death, and also made him as Chiranjeevi, that is, blessed him with the boon of remaining as ever youth, by 16 years. Mirugundu, the sage one who lived at the place called as Manal Medu, which is within the limit of 2 kilometers from Thirukadavur. He was on penance towards Lord Shiva for child-boon. Having pleased with the sincere penance, Lord Shiva appeared before the sage and asked whether he had been granted with the child, having got with long life and less knowledge, or otherwise a prodigy, having got only 16 years of age. Sage, as usual, asked Lord Shiva that he only wanted a son with sound knowledge, with having got 16 years as his lifespan. Lord Shiva granted this boon to the sage Mirugundu. Markandeyar was born as his child, and had grown with noble qualities. He came to know about his fate of life ended when he attained the age of 16. So, having got with the blessing of his parents, he left for the pilgrim centers of Lord Shiva in order to change over his destiny. After having worshipped a lot of Shiva stelas, Markandeyar had reached Thirukadayur. That day had been the end of his life, as he moved to the age of 16. So, he went near the linga, and worshipped to change his destiny. As in Hindu mythology, the deity who had been not only the guardian of south direction, but also the god of death, called as Yamatharma, came near to Markandeyar, who was in meditation, in order to capture his life. Having seen the god of death Yamatharma, Markandeyar held tightly on the linga Tharmani, overwhelmed with fear. But Yamatharma, in no other way, overthrew his life-catching instrument, called as Pasakaru, which is said to be like a black rope, over the neck of Markandeyar. But that deadly notch not only fell around the neck of Markandeyar, but also had fallen around the linga. Having carelessly noted this, Yamatharma pulled the rope called Pasakaru towards him, as this could have slightly rocked the linga. This act of Yamatharma could have raised the rage of Lord Shiva over him. At once, Lord Shiva appeared before Yama, and kicked him with the left leg to the ground. Then Lord Shiva blessed his devotee Markandeyar with the boon of ever youth, as he could have been always on 16. Markandeyar became Chiranjeevi by the grace of God Amirtha Kadeshwarar. So only, this stela has been featured for those one who fears of death. Again here in this stela, a special type of hammam, called as Ayush hammam, has been conducted, in order to live for long life. Here, the Lord Vinayaka is called as Kalvarana Pillayar, who gives us the long life and the good health. A fierce devotee known as Abirami Putter, in his Abirami empathy, noted the glories of the Lord Kalvarana Pillayar. Undati is beginning a new stanza with the first word being the last word of the previous one, sung in praise of the goddess Sri Abirami. He is called as Sauraganapathy in Sanskrit. There is a legend behind this Lord Kalvarana Pillayar. Having whirled the Milky Ocean, that is, the abode of Lord Vishnu, the ambrosia had been taken out from that, and planned to be distributed to the Devas, the celestial beings, by Lord Vishnu. But in the Hindu mythology, prior to any work to be started, it's been the custom to worship Lord Vinayaka, that the work could be done well, without any disturbance. But there, at the time of the distribution of the ambrosia, the Lord Vinayaka had been forgotten, and no puja had been done to him. So, he had hidden the bowl of ambrosia, that is, Amirtha Kadeshwarar, into language, in this place called Thirukadiyur. Later on, that bowl of ambrosia had been transformed into the idol of Linga, who has been called as Amirtha Kadeshwarar. So following this only, the pujas Enya has, related to long life and good health has been conducted here. Abirami Putter. Once upon there lived Subramanian in Thirukadiyur. He was a fierce devotee of goddess Sri Abirami, thinking that all women were in Sakti-amsam, that is, they were the resemblance of Sri Abirami, and showered the flowers at their feet. One day, when he was on meditation, the king Thirukadavur paid a visit to the temple of Thirukadaiyur, and saw Subramanian in meditation, ignoring him, about his arrival. Provoked with anger, he made an inquiry about Subramanian, knew about his activities towards the women. So he wanted to test Subramanian's genuinity, whether he was really a saint or not. An idea opened before him, and asked Subramanian whether that day was a new moon day, or the full moon day, knew that, already that day was a new moon day, that is, Amavasya in Tamil. But Subramanian, without having known what had happened before him, told the king that the day was certainly a full moon day. With immense anger poured on Subramanian, the king ordered him to stand on the platform, hanging on the glowing fire. Without knowing what had happened to him, he opened his eyes, and knew about the death sentence charged on him. Without having fear, he stood on the platform, and prayed his mother goddess Sri Abirami in order to save him, for what he told to the king was not his word, only her word. Stood above the fire, with the platform slowly coming down to the firebed, he had sung 100 songs, which are called as Abirami and Pathy, about his holy mother Sri Abirami. When he sang the 79th song, which described about her merciful eyes, goddess Abirami appeared before him on the sky, and threw her earring in the sky, and it transformed into a full moon, glittering in the sky, turning the word of Subramanian's as the real truth. On seeing this miracle, the king with immense astonishment, begged down to the feet of Subramanian, and honored him by calling him as Abirami Putter. Afterwards the king Thirukadavur also turned as the devotee of goddess Sri Abirami.